We'll go first to David DeWark of the Hockey News.
Hey Nate, good to meet you. Wanted to ask you about just kind of the process of your summer, going from one team to the Panthers, why you chose the Panthers. It seemed like maybe it took a little bit less to go there. Just kind of the whole process.
Yeah, hey, thanks. First of all, the free agency process, I just mentioned it to Doug and Jameson before, is crazy. It's something. Um, uh, I felt like, and I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but I felt like it was always kind of a long time coming. It felt like this is a team that I'd watched when I played in Washington, kind of come up from, the rebuilding through the rebuilding phase into contender phase into, and obviously where they are now. And for myself, I really love the idea of joining this team and this energy of this group. And playing for Paul and Jamie again is something that I've thought has been high on my radar when I was going through the process because somebody that knows your game, understands what he can extract from you and from your group, and I love that about Paul. I love that about how he treats his teams. And this group has a lot of vibes similar to my first year in Vegas. The way I hear about how the team operates, how the guys treat each other, what the room is like, and that's magic. And then you've been chasing it down forever since. And I think that's what drew me the most in. Money. For me, I have what I need for the rest of my life. I want to win, and I want to win a cup, and I want to do it with a team that is going to have fun doing it. And that's really what it comes down to. Your little kid comes back out again and say, "Hey, I can join a team and jump on the car as it's moving a million miles an hour and be ready to rock. Hopefully, come September."
We'll go to
Thank you.
George Richards, Florida Hockey Now.
Hey Nate, good to see you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for doing this. Real quick, how big of when you talk about your decision was the opportunity that was here? I mean, I'm sure you saw last year when Florida had to retool its blue line a little bit with Montour and Ekblad out, and what happened? Did that sway you in any way?
Yeah, I think so, and especially with how they use their defensemen and how the minutes get dispersed out. I saw an opportunity for me to come in here and be a part of a group. It's an excellent forward group with a great decor, and just say, hey, I can help contribute on a team that just won the cup. Like that's a very enticing feeling. Now, there's a lot of defensemen going to camp, and I like to think about it this summer as being back into hardware mode. You're back into hardware mode, finding out that you're going to have to grind out a spot again, no matter how long, how many games you played, and how many playoff games you've been a part of, or good teams you've been a part of. Stuff, especially in this day and age, it doesn't mean much until you get there, until you step your foot on the ice, and that's been the motivating factor to me for this summer, and finding that this group has the pieces. Now it's time for myself to jump on board and get ready to go.
And you mentioned just a moment ago Paul Maurice, and you were there that first year when things weren't really great with Paul, right? I mean, he ends up resigning. I mean, but then now I guess you probably watched some of his play. I mean, he seems like a happier version of Paul Maurice, eh?
You know what? I have a ton of respect for Paul. With everything that he's been through, I think that it is what it is. His decision was there. I was sad at the time. I felt like my career was taking back off in a great direction. My first year in my first year in Winnipeg, and it hurt, and I had a chance now to come back full circle again, to hit him up again with him and Jamie, and I've had a couple of great conversations with the both of them the last couple of days, and even during the period. It's just something about that style and that type of accountability he holds his team to, and the excitement around the group that he brings is what's drawn me back to it. And that's what I was looking for throughout free agency, and it's something, I tell you. It really is, going through all that and to find somewhere, like I said, trying to recreate a lot of that room like I had in our first year in Vegas. And I think that's such an important thing. You don't realize you have it until it's gone. And I think this team has it, which is so special. And I just want to be a part of it. I told the guys when I talked to them, just give me a taste. I know taste of what you guys are having now, and that's all. I just want to be a part of that.
It is fun. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll take our last question, Armando Velez, Locked On Panthers.
Hi, Nick. Great to meet you. So you were talking about a big opportunity, which also and you have experience with working a power play. So what's the best thing that you bring to the table as far as special teams?
Yeah, I like to think of myself as kind of a Swiss Army knife. I like to plug and play wherever the team needs me. Like that's kind of been my MO since I came into the league. I mean, when I first got to Washington, I thought of myself as a power play guy, power play guy, power play guy, power play guy. And I passed a couple pucks to Obi one day, and he was like, eh. And they're like, all right, kid, down the other end, work on the PK. And so that's kind of what I did for my first couple of years, and found my way on the penalty kill again until I got back to Vegas, got back on the power play. And for me, it's just having a good deception on my passing, and when I do have a chance to shoot, you have to be able to bring the noise from the point. If you're not a threat, you're not really a part of the power play, and teams don't have to play you. And I think that's what's the most important part of a defenseman, especially when you play on top, is having that versatility. And I think I can bring that to this team. And wherever they need it, first power play on the half wall, I'll play the damn net front. I don't care. And that stage of my career where that's all that matters to me. If it's playing right-handed on the goal line, wherever, I want to be a part of that, and being able to get your pucks through from the top, especially when you have two really good net front guys. Like that's such an important part. You see all the top power plays are doing that now. Is that top guy filtering it through? You like the Makars and Bouchards and Edmonton and Colorado, how good they are at doing that, and what the chaos it creates through there. That's kind of my MO from the top as well. And so I'm hoping that I can bring that to the table. And like I said, I've worked with Jamie before, and hopefully he sees that same part of me with this group.
Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. Have a great afternoon, and thanks everyone for joining today. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.